If you like what you hear in this podcast and want to help us keep the lights on, then you could support us on Ko-fi for as little as a £1 one-off donation. The links are in the episode description. Thanks for your support. This is Skipped, the podcast where we tell you, in our opinion, which albums are truly unskippable and which ones belong in the skip. I'm Mike.
I'm Rob.
And this week we are listening to Ride the Lightning by Metallica. That's right, we finally got to a band that people might know.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah! Sorry. That's going to be really fucking loud on the thing. And yeah, indeed, because I quite like a bit of Metallica. I wouldn't say they're my favourite band, but I quite like a bit of Metallica. But I feel like it's like the basic bitch metal band, though. It's like, I mean, it's one of the big four, so that does kind of make sense.
I've never listened to a Metallica album before.
You've never listened to a full Metallica album, but you will listen to Metallica songs. They'll be hard to avoid,
not actively,
surely.
No.
During Guitar Hero,
I was
mainly.
not. I've heard songs.
Yes.
I know of songs, but I was not a Metallica fan growing up.
No, I imagine it would seem a bit... I don't think you were much into the old kind of like thrashier metal stuff at the
I was
time.
not a big fan of like the older metal styles. If you could understand what they were saying, I was not there.
Yeah, because again, Job for a Cowboy. Nobody suggested Job for a Cowboy.
Oh, come on, guys. What are you doing to me?
They're busy having taste.
Wow.
I like Death
Coming
Growls,
from the Gotchi fan.
You're not over it.
Nope.
We are 7 days on and you are still not happy about it.
Nope. Man-made robot reggae. And ripped off it ain't no mountain high enough.
It doesn't sound like that. Anyway, we're not here to talk about last week's episode. Go listen to that if you want to listen to it. Here we are, though, with a Metallica album. It's the only Metallica album that's been suggested, weirdly enough. So you'd have thought the Black Album, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. Like, maybe. Nope, no one's asked for them. But somebody has asked for Ride the Lightning. Who's asked for this one?
It's Rich again. My old PE teacher has come back. So it's
is
hilarious.
he the second person to get 2 albums on the list now?
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent.
It's hilarious because when I was at school, I did not know that he was into heavy music. I went through my transition from pop music to heavy music, and I had no clue that in the background he was just there rocking out. So yeah, fair play.
I think in your head, PE teachers don't like have much of a personality outside of fitness.
Exactly.
And if they do like music, it's music that exclusively plays on Capital FM
or in football matches
or on football. Yeah. Every PE teacher will be a fan of like the regional team song. So around here, they all like
all they go.
that plays in their head the whole time. Around here, I imagine every PE teacher is like mandated by the local authority to be into the Liquidator
or the Twang.
Ooh. I don't get the twang. I'm just going to say that. I don't fucking get the appeal. It can't be good enough that they're from Birmingham.
The singer's brother was my history teacher.
Was he actually?
There's your random factoid of the day. Good old Andy.
It's a shame it's not about the album we're talking about. Yeah, Ride the Lightning, Metallica's second album.
It is certainly their second album. And it was their breakthrough second album. Darker, more sophisticated, thrash metal record that broadened their sound with acoustic passages, complex arrangements, and philosophical lyrical themes. It was released in July 1984 and produced by Flemmings Rasmussen with the band, and it was widely regarded as one of the foundation albums of heavy metal.
I mean, foundational heavy metal records, and we're not talking about Black Sabbath or Judas Priest. Okay, sure.
It says one of,
I
not
know.
the only.
I mean, you think about the big four, right? And obviously Metallica are one of the big four. So it kind of makes sense. Like, probably not at this point of the history, but, you know, the whole Monsters of Rock at Donington, which would later become Download, was basically Metallica's fucking stage if they wanted it, which most of the time they do. Yeah, no, it's weird. I feel like weirdly Metallica had a really big resurgence after there was a Metallica-obsessed character in Stranger Things. I seem to remember that happened.
Yeah, so the character Eddie Munson, that was a great name, Munson.
I really like Stranger Things Series 1 and 2 and then have not watched the rest.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person.
Don't.
Is it not that good?
It's just boring.
Oh, man.
The whole Eddie Munson Master of Puppets, that he played that song to kill something, essentially.
Dope.
It was just him in...
No notes, that sounds great.
Him in hell playing a BC Rich Warlock.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very, very 80s.
Maybe I should watch it. Maybe I won't take your advice.
By all means, I haven't finished it yet. I haven't watched the last series. I got bored of waiting. It was all right.
And this is the problem with event television. Again, we're not a film and TV podcast, so we're not going to talk about that.
But if we were to date this, then
Yes.
The Boys finale came out today.
We're not here to talk about The Boys. We're here to talk about the other boys. The boys from Metallica, that is.
So this was the first album to feature Cliff Burton's deep compositional influence. He had a great knowledge of classical harmony and arrangements, which pushed Metallica towards longer, more dynamic songs. They were still outsiders commercially, but this record began their ascent towards global dominance.
Cliff Burton wasn't long for the world after this album either, because obviously he died in that really horrific crash. And then was replaced by Jason Newsted, who was with the band for quite a while. Yeah, no, I remember it. I wasn't born. I've been told it was kind of a big fucking deal when Cliff Burton died. So, it's good that we've got his work as a testament, and I do think you do get a lot of that in the record. But yeah, no, really tragic, really, really a shame. But obviously, the rest of the boys went on to do this until, in the words of Deadpool, till they're fucking 90.
So the genres they covered were thrash metal, heavy metal, and progressive leaning metal. Sound was faster yet more controlled than the debut, with acoustic intros, layered guitars, and extended instrumental sections, covering themes such as death, execution, war and suicide, justice versus injustice, control versus chaos, religious hypocrisy, and existential fear.
Have you listened to their first record?
I haven't.
I'll tell you this for one, the production on this one is infinitely better than the first record. Points for that, I guess. Yeah, no, the first one, it has all the hallmarks for Metallica that you'd want, but it just feels very fucking shallow and tinny. Whereas that's not something I think you can say about Ride the Lightning. I think from like second one, you can hear that some time and effort has been gone into making this sound kind of more full-bodied, but like no less relentless than what they were doing before and since. I really liked the actual title track. Like, this is kind of, we're not into the best tracks yet. When I was getting into all the heavy music, obviously Metallica is a name that comes up several times. I mean, shit, you can't go to a gig without seeing some Metallica patch on somebody's battle jacket or whatever. So yeah, funnily enough, we all know who Metallica is. I actually downloaded a bunch on LimeWire back in the day, and Ride the Lightning, the title track from this album, was one of the songs that I downloaded. So I was very familiar with the earlier Metallica sound from quite early on. But it was surprising to hear for the first time so many tracks that fit that kind of thematic style that I just wasn't familiar with. So even though it's a very short album in terms of track number, it's still like, what, a solid 50 minutes?
Yep, 47.
47 minutes. So, like, there is plenty to get through, plenty to listen to. And on the whole, I generally think if you like Metallica, you will like Ride the Lightning. It's a very classic sound, I will say that.
Can you guess how many singles were on this album?
I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I'm gonna hazard a guess. I think they did 4.
No.
Oh.
Technically, they had 1.
What do you mean technically?
There was only one official commercial single released from Ride the Lightning. Can you guess which one it was?
For Whom the Bell Tolls?
No.
What? Really?
So that was one of the additional 2 songs that were released as promotional-only singles for radio airplay.
Ah, okay.
So that was the 3rd single.
Right, okay. So, I guess Ride the Lightning, then?
No!
What the fuck is this? What was the plan here, lads?
I don't have a clue.
So what were the singles, then?
So, we had the other radio signal, which was Fade to Black.
Okay.
And their only official commercial single of Creeping Death.
Creeping Death, really? Of all the tracks, okay, that's a weird choice. That is a really weird choice, and not the one you're going to reach for. Like, if you've got the record, you're not going to skip to Creeping Death to hear the single, are you? Like, that's the back end of, like, what I could only assume on vinyl was side 2. It's at the back end of it before you get to the big fucking instrumental. That is a weird choice, and I don't feel like people talk about Creeping Death as like one of the great Metallica, like For Whom the Bell Tolls is like always in the conversation, which is why I assumed it was a single. That's really weird.
Yeah, but don't forget this album. Like, we look back at that now and listen to these songs and go, that would have made a great single. This was their second album. This was their first album where it was actually refined to the point where it could be released like it was. So, yeah, it's probably a bit of hindsight of what they could have done.
Maybe.
So let's get into the professional ratings, eh?
Yeah.
How are you expecting this to have performed?
I think relatively well. I would have thought high 60s, low 70s.
Okay, so All Music, 5-star. Chicago Tribune, 4-star.
Oh, shit.
Collector's Guide to Heavy Metal, 10 out of 10.
Oh, shit.
The Encyclopedia of Heavy Music, Popular Music, 3 out of 5. The Guardian, 5 out of 5.
Oh, shit.
Pitchfork, 10 out of 10. Q, 4 out of 10. Rock Hard, 10 out of 10. Rolling Stone, 4 out of 5. Sputnik Music, 5 out of 5.
Huh. I mean, that has shocked me.
So, yeah, it actually did very well.
No kidding. That's like that's universal acclaim. Holy shit.
So,
I wasn't expecting it for this early on in their careers.
Let's get to the charts then, eh? So, it didn't get any number 1 positions in charts.
That's not surprising.
It got number 4 in the Polish albums. Good old Poland.
Good old Poland again, pulling through for acts that I like personally.
Number 9 in the Finnish chart. Number 10 in the US top rock albums.
You'll thank me for not making a Finnish pun, but yeah, sure.
Do you want to finish this album?
You can't. I can't say I was going to make a pun and then you make the pun.
I can.
Like, that's
Fuck you.
That's like joke stealing. Fuck you, dude.
Anyway, yeah, 10 in the US. So it didn't really perform any better anywhere else. In the UK, 87th.
Okay, that is low. That is low.
Australia, it went triple platinum. Canada.
Just like, yeah, it didn't sell very well. Australia, however.
Australia, triple platinum. Canada, platinum. Denmark, double platinum. Germany, platinum. Italy, gold. Poland, platinum. United Kingdom, platinum. United States, 7 times platinum.
I mean, that's got to be over its time.
Yeah,
sure.
It's over its time. Not just like when it was in the charts. But year-end charts. In Poland, it got 53rd album of the year in 2020.
Thanks,
and
Poland.
in 2021, it got 59th album of the year.
So it's just consistently selling well in Poland.
Polish just fucking love Metallica. Their chart is just every Metallica album, and in between are just the individual singles that they like.
We need to like rewrite stereotypes for all of like Central Europe. I mean, like Poland are all massive metal heads. That's their stereotype now.
I want to play a guessing game. So Lars Ulrich,
Yes,
well-known drummer,
well-known mouthpiece.
drummer for Metallica. Can you guess what other instrument he was accredited with playing in this album?
I really want it to be something daft like a glockenspiel, but I
It's
know it
on
won't
For
be.
Whom the Bell Tolls.
Is it the bell?
It's an anvil.
It's
He plays the anvil.
so they don't have a bell there.
No, it's an anvil.
It sounds pretty fucking good. So like, fair enough. I mean, I knew it was going to be percussive, but it's a fucking anvil. Ding! Oh, lads.
That's just fucking Kit's killing me.
The rental place, they've double booked the bell. I asked him if he got anything else. He told me to go to the blacksmith's down the road.
Anyway, this is 2 ton. Can someone help me carry it?
I mean, it's a shrewd decision because I imagine like it's easier to twat an anvil than it is to like not break a bell. I don't know. Either way, it's a very iconic sound in that song. So like maybe they know more than I do, which is completely correct because I have no musical ability whatsoever.
Yeah, Mr. Anvil did a great job of hitting that anvil.
Mr. Anvil.
That's what he's going to be called from now on.
Lars Mr. Anvil Ulrich.
I get the feeling part of this is going to be cut because we've talked about this anvil for a while.
Yeah, it's not going to be all Anvil talk the whole way.
Oh.
Which is a shame.
Do you reckon that's where the band Anvil got their name from?
Why are we still on the anvil?
That's Lars.
Oh, God. But this is going to be like the stuff, like when this episode comes out, like we're going to get comments that are like, yeah, we all knew this. Why are you acting like this is brand new information? I don't often look at the notes to see what kind of metal work Lars Ulrich has been doing. This is news to me.
Well, the band Anvil was formed in... was formed in 1978. So no, they would have been around before Lars Ulrich's Anvil anthems.
You're telling me this anvil is pre-anvil anvil?
It is. With founding member, guitarist, vocalist Steve Lips Kudlow.
It's a hell of a name.
Hello, I'm Lips. Do you want to see my anvil?
Do you think the quotations are because he was known as Lips Kudlow, or do you think he was known as Steve Lips?
Hello, I'm Mr. Lips. Nice to meet you. I've got a tattoo of an anvil on my bicep.
So I know that I'm supposed to be looking at the picture of them, what I assume is in their prime, although one of them does look like
a bollock.
One of them looks like a bollock. There's the one in the middle who looks like he's on cocaine, and the fella on the end, I swear to Christ, is a spitting image of Trey Parker from South Park wearing a Kenny G wig. It's something to behold. But my eye is drawn to the old picture of Anvil, as I assume they are in their final form now.
Final form.
Where they where they look like a watered down ZZ Top. It's a hell of a thing.
Well, if
I'm
we're
learning a lot.
ZZ Top, no, the only member that didn't have a beard, his last name was Beard, and now he's dead. Anyway, let's get back to business.
Thanks for the
welcome
anvil.
to Anvil Chat. Thank you for your time and patronage.
Now redirect you to hot anvils in your area. Have we got much to say about the album? Is that why we're stalling? By
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that what I deserve.
Wrong anvil. Wrong anvil, wrong album. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I need to breathe. I wish we had cameras because we've both gone bright red. Oh, I'm crying. Oh. Whew. Anyway, Creeping Death, the only official single, was heavily inspired by the Passover story.
Wait, what? Excuse. Sorry, you can't drop the anvil of Jewish influence on me. This is bullshit.
Stop bringing up the fucking anvil. You bastard. I'd only just got over it. This is so heavy.
20 minutes in, and I swear to Christ, 15 of these minutes have just been on an anvil.
I know we're talking about heavy metal, but this is taking the piss.
And there we go, the logical conclusion of the joke. Anyway, any other interesting facts about this album that doesn't pertain to metalwork?
So, the early pressings of this album actually appeared on Megaforce Records. What a shit name. Before Elektra picked it up. And the famous intro of Fight Fire with Fire shocked listeners with its acoustic opening before exploding into thrash chaos.
It's a really good opening.
It really is.
I really like it. I think it shows that for all of the kind of... I'm not going to say derogatory, but the kind of the dismissive things that people say about metal music, which is it's all just palm muted power chords. Kind of knocking that out on the head by playing something that feels like a more kind of traditional nylon string, kind of almost flamenco-ish, maybe slightly medieval thing going on there. It really proves that these people are just very talented musicians. They just want to make loud shit, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, same. I mean, I've never really been a big fan of thrash. Like when my friends were listening to Metallica back when I was in school, I was like, no, not my cup of tea. Didn't really give it its fair time. And I have to admit, I'm glad that I've had this opportunity to sit back and finally listen to a Metallica album in full without the memes of the hey, and all that jazz, like cigar smoking, Hellboy looking ass.
I'm trying to remember which Metallica song has the hey bit in it.
Here I go
now, here I go into new day. What is that song? That is like a early 2000s, maybe late 90s Metallica song.
I Disappear.
It's from Reload, isn't it?
Oh, fucking no.
I think it's from Reload, which is that's the one that has "Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire" on it. There are too many good Metallica memes, man. There's I Am the Table.
I am the table.
I mean, Jesus Christ. You couldn't draw a straight line between Ride the Lightning and fucking I Am the Table.
And then there was the whole, like, Metal Up Your Ass album that never actually got properly launched.
It's a great title.
It's a great title. Have you seen the album cover?
I can only assume it involves a rectum.
It doesn't. It involves a toilet.
Oh.
Famously, Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine had this on a t-shirt and literally wore it for an entire tour. I am now showing Mike a picture of the logo.
Oh man, I tell you what wouldn't have hurt so much on entry as an anvil, but
Oh my God, stop.
sorry,
Are you taking heavy shits or something?
They are weighty. No, I think it's interesting to kind of look back on kind of like the earlier stuff with the hindsight of now knowing they're a little bit in that kind of, dare I say, metal Nickelback stage of their careers where people really just fucking clown on them all the time. But I think they are some of the most accomplished people in the metal scene. And certainly when it comes to like what people might consider classic quote unquote metal, this and your Slayers and your Megadeths, obviously, and your Anthraxes and what have you. I think what was evident from the beginning, even during the very tinny sound on Kill 'Em All, is that these guys had energy and they didn't necessarily require much of like an excuse to just let that out. You could have songs go on for like well over 5 minutes every single time, and they'd squeeze multiple solos and different rhythms in there, and it would stay entertaining whilst still kind of being singularly the Metallica sound. They established themselves very early with what modern metal would then be influenced by. And going back, it feels oddly nostalgic for something that I wasn't around to witness the first time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It just felt uncomplicated to go back into Ride the Lightning proper, because I'd never listened to it in full before this. I'd heard, obviously, through the Bell Tolls and Ride the Lightning itself and what have you. But I don't know, it's like putting on an old jacket that you just fits how you remember it. That's like the emotion I get from listening to this. It feels... You know, because I was a massive fucking greeb, and it felt like I could grow my hair back out and put my school shooter trench coat back on and you know, just be caught up in the finding things brutally heavy appealing all the time and nothing else. So yeah, I enjoyed revisiting this.
As I said, this is my first time properly sitting down and listening to Metallica. Never really gave them a chance before, so yeah, I've actually really enjoyed it too.
So I think a good place to start is the title track, Ride the Lightning. I know the title is based on a book or a line from a book. I don't remember the book. Obviously, it refers to getting the electric chair as a death sentence. You get a lot of that higher register from James Hetfield in this. It starts like way up there with the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't remember the lyrics. It's one of the songs I've listened to the most from them. And then there's someone else controlling me. It's about the only bit where I can like start singing it because it's way up there. And I think that is something that you don't really get again in Metallica up until like weirdly their new album that has a lot of the, I think it's Lux Eterna is back up in that higher register in the chorus. It's not as strong as this record in my opinion, but you know, people like the classics. I like that there is a bit more variance on the vocals in this one. I don't think that there's much to say in terms across the album. There's no real like massive changes in tempo. I think Trapped Under Ice is about as quick as we get on the album, but it's still a fairly like ploddingly driving forward album, but not like in a boring way. It keeps that tempo up, and I think there they have to find the variance in how they're going to get it. And I think the vocals is what shines in Ride the Lightning because they find that way to do. So it's proper like fast in the beginning. Then you get the chorus, flash before my eyes. I like that. I like that they find a way to not drop the tempo of the music because you want something that is more energetic, but they do find a way to kind of vary that throughout the song. And it's probably why I've got very fond memories of it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that song as well. I think it would have been a strong opening track, to be honest, but I'm kind of glad it was second because starting the album with Fight Fire with Fire is just a perfect way to start it, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. The sting, once it cuts out of the traditional kind of like, I think it's played on steel string, but like it feels like it could be a nylon string kind of, like I say, Spanish-y influence thing there. And then they just like jump scare you with the first palm muted bam like that. You're like, oh fuck, here we go. Yeah, Fight Fire with Fire is really fucking good, and it was the first time I heard it.
I'd never heard that song before, and I love how jarring it is. It's like, I know they did it on purpose because it's supposed to be innocence given away to annihilation, which is just, it's so well constructed,
Mm.
and I can see why people love that song.
There seems to be like a punkish edge kind of running through like the whole record.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's very, down with the establishment kind of stuff. And like you say, the nihilism is absolutely there throughout the whole songwriting. There is a lot of things not working as they should, or like horrors of reality, which I guess is what you kind of get with Trapped Under Ice.
Yeah, so Trapped Under Ice, I think, is the most honest, upfront song of what the song is actually about that they've ever released. It's less philosophical, more visceral. It's just literally panic, anxiety, and physical dread.
Yeah.
Someone is literally trapped under ice.
As it were. Yeah, it's kind of...
I mean, I did like the bubble solo of... and then the anvil came out, broke the ice, sorted.
It's a real icebreaker, is an anvil. Why not put one in your house for parties, bar mitzvahs, etc.?
Mike's Anvils, starting at $49.99.
Tons. No, the... Trapped Under Ice is really good. It's one of those ones that like I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I think they've really got a sense of like, it feels like a song that's fucking hyperventilating.
Yeah,
but
literally.
Yeah.
Panic and suffocation.
Yeah.
Two main themes.
It's absolutely there. It's not a particularly deep thing, ironically, if you're trapped under ice, but it's just fucking good. The solos, I don't feel like in any one song there's one where I'm like, that's fucking, it's not like one where I'm like, it's fucking this. But they're all just like perfectly cromulent across the whole album. There's nothing that really drags it down in terms of the guitar work from Hetfield in this one. And we rag on Lars. Everyone rags on Lars. He's a very easy person to hate.
But I think at this time in their timeline, he hasn't got that hate because he actually plays drums really well on this album. It's like the Santanga, is it?
Santanga's the one where it all went to pot.
Yeah, with that really odd snare sound that he was adamant on using.
Yeah, the snare without a fucking snare on it. It just sounded like an empty hollow drum. Ridiculous.
But for the sound like I'm giving head to the mic. But yeah, for this album, I have absolutely no qualms about the way he drums. It's a really great, like, all-round ensemble.
Definitely.
And if we're going to talk about the themes, like going against the establishment and stuff like that, I think For Whom the Bell Tolls is the perfect follow-on. Literally, that war is an inevitability. That is such a hard word for a man with a lisp to say. It's slow, crushing. The bell motif is more of a sense of doom. It's less about heroism and more about the inevitability of death in conflict.
Yeah.
And it seems cromulent for the current day and age of all the shite that's going on in foreign lands.
I guess so. It feels like, I think there's a very kind of evocative feeling of like the hand of the Grim Reaper pointing at you when they play this song. It's less of somebody going, the end times are coming, and more of somebody going, don't you worry, death will fucking catch up to you, matey boy. And it makes it feel aggressive whilst it isn't the most aggressive sounding song on the album. It's also just fucking wonderful. I think it's one of the best songs that Metallica have ever done.
Oh, 100%.
I have very little critical thought when it comes to For Whom the Bell Tolls, because I just think it's so well put together. To me, it's surprisingly like crisp in its production as well. The guitar tone on this is not fuzzy. It's a very clear, like that, the riff at the start, the do 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 do. It is very fucking clear, and you can just tell how well the instrument is being played. And of course, everyone likes a bit of anvil, so that's always nice.
I am a big fan of the anvil. I think it adds a lot to the song. But yeah, For Whom the Bell Tolls, definitely up there. I think it should be more highly regarded, to be honest.
I think it is. I don't think it's one of those ones, like, everyone glazes the Black Album, right? We know this. But, like, I feel like I hear bands covering For Whom the Bell Tolls more than any other Metallica song.
I feel like I hear a lot of bands cover it, but I don't feel like I hear a lot of Metallica fans say it's up there with their favourites.
You think not?
No, I don't hear it as often. I hear people say, oh yeah, I like it, but I don't hear people say, oh yeah, it's one of the best Metallica songs of all time.
When we used to follow bands that played, like bands like made up of people from the school that we went to, and they'd play like the local venues. We've already name dropped the Green. The Big Break, before it became something else, was also one of those places where friends who were in bands would play.
I did a show there.
You did a show there. Did you do From Who the Bell Tolls?
No.
You'd be the only band that didn't. 'Cause
We genuinely, we did a Paramore cover there.
I can't imagine that went down well.
No.
I didn't think so.
We were a pop punk band
It was more for
in a
metal.
metal club.
Yeah. I've heard from Who the Bell Tolls more in coming out of like aspiring wannabe metal acts than I have out of actual speakers playing this version of it. So it was nice to hear the real thing for once. Yeah, now it's, to me, a certified classic and easily the best song on the record.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Trapped Under Ice is a close second for me. I really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed Fade to Black as well.
I don't mind Fade to Black. I don't really have anything to say about it. By the time you get to that kind of end of the record, you know, Fade to Black, Creeping Death and Call of Cthulhu, I feel like the songs that I've really looked forward to hearing have passed by, and now I've just kind of entered the vibe of the whole thing. And like I say, it's probably to the record strength that all of the tracks do feel like they are very well gelled together, very thematically kind of similar, but not in a way that makes it boring. I still do feel, though, that this is an album you could confidently, and I hate to say this in a derogatory sense, so do not hear this derogatory, put on in the background and listen to as part of something else. If you just need music and you want it to be battle music, you can do worse than putting on Ride the Lightning to accompany basically anything you want to do. It's a very general album, but I still think you get a decent amount from it from active listening as well.
Oh, 100%. I did that exact thing. I put it on when I was driving back from work because it's a nice 3-hour drive. And before I knew it, Spotify had already started auto playing something else. I was like, oh, damn, like it's gone in a flash.
Yeah.
And when you've got an album where you can listen to it and go, oh, wow, like I've completely missed that it's finished. Like, obviously, you've got nothing negative to say about it.
Not really.
Like,
even Call of Cthulhu, it's an 8-minute instrumental.
But it's beautifully constructed instrumental.
Very well done. Like, you know what I mean? I have nothing bad to say here, which is, it's very rare that we're in this situation where I'm just like, yeah, I just think it does what it does to such a high standard that it's very hard to pick holes.
Yeah. Like, this is genuinely the first album I've ever come onto this podcast doing where I have no notes.
Damn.
Literally, I have no notes, positively or negatively. There are no negative notes for me. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it a lot more than I was expecting to. As I say, I was never a big Metallica fan, so to sit and listen to this and just go, good album.
Yeah.
Just great album.
Just really good.
Like, there was no parts of it where I feel like, oh no, this could be changed, or this track should be here, or this track should have been cut. Like, no, it's literally, as it is, a perfect album.
Yeah. It kind of like made them up, because everybody loves Master of Puppets and Justice for All and the Black Album, which are the 3 albums that follow this one. I genuinely don't think we could have got to those albums without kind of perfecting this formula nice and early.
Exactly.
And this is such a step up from Kill 'Em All. I know people will go, oh, the first album's not really the best. I genuinely don't believe that's true here. I think they needed to get that in the books that people knew these guys had talent, so they could be trusted to make a record that is as focused and strong as this one. I'm not going to say tight, because it's still the better part of an hour over like 8 tracks, is it?
Yeah.
Like, each track is still very long, but what they aren't is bloated. I don't think there's a single ounce of fat on any of these songs, even though the vast majority of them run for 5 minutes plus. Everything here feels like it is a very good showcase for all this band's abilities working at full volume all of the time, even when they're doing out there stuff within the genre.
Playing the anvil.
Like playing the anvil, like doing the classico style intro by doing an entirely instrumental track. Like, they're not taking risks with this album, but they are showing that they are accomplished musicians that are prepared to show that without kind of getting caught in the trappings of the genre.
They're trying to make sure that they're not a square peg going into a round hole. They're trying to show that there's space for them to evolve, and the evolution from what you're saying between that first album and this one is night and day.
Yeah.
So the fact that they can use those classical elements, they can use soft guitar and still make thrash metal, it's just something incredible.
I didn't think we'd get to this conclusion this quickly, but I guess we can just do the conclusion, because I have no bad notes.
I have literally no notes whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've kind of guessed, but yeah, this is it's going up on the wall.
It sure as hell is, and I'm surprised. Not only again because we're not reviewing the Metallica albums that everybody knows the titles of, but we're going earlier in their discog. But yeah, that they strove for a sound and then refined it, and this is the result. It truly is that good. It is worth your time, and it is unskippable. Hell yeah, dude! I'm very happy with this.
Same here, and I think we've got enough time to add in a track of the week.
Why not?
So I'm going to throw a completely random one in here. It's called Shoes by Emma Rosa.
Okay.
It came on, like, so there's been a Spotify change where you can have more discovery, non-personalized and stuff like that when you listen to an artist radio. And this song came on, and it is great. It's like a band that were once a lot heavier with softer vocals. It so fits into the easy core genre that we both love and have a lot of time for. Bring on Bill Murray next month.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, son.
Looking forward to it.
Same. Cannot wait.
I have not heard this song before.
If you want to have a listen, feel free.
I may well do that after the show.
But yeah, so my song of the week, it's Emma Rosa Shoes. Find it on all your streaming apps. I enjoy it a lot. And if you're into your slightly heavy, slightly soft, then yeah, go for it.
Cool. This will be going out in a couple of weeks' time from the point that we're recording here. But you know, I feel like now is a good time for my track of the week to do something that feels very close to what Metallica are trying to achieve. Eurovision was this week. They did have a couple of kind of metal adjacent acts on. There was a full on metal band from Serbia, and I did kind of dig the vibe that they were going for. It was very doomy and gothic-y.
I'm just glad you didn't say the Moldova one.
Oh, Welcome to Moldova. Have you heard it?
I watched.
Oh, did you watch Eurovision this year? No way.
I just wanted to see who would vote for us.
Ah, no.
Big up Ukraine.
Big up.
We love you.
The one guy from
Look,
Ukraine.
Mom, 1 point.
Did you actually watch the whole thing?
No, I got to their votes. I don't give a fuck about the telephone votes. No. It's all rigged anyway. I just wanted to see how the countries voted. So big up Ukraine.
Hell yeah. 1 point. No, I wanted to highlight the Romanian entry.
Was that the one, Choke Me?
Yes, I thought this was very, very good. It wasn't. I think that my favourite song this year might have come from Finland, but because that kind of felt like a more traditional Eurovision. No, that's not how it sounded.
The Finnish one. The
Romanian one did. Yeah, no, kind of got that Nightwish style vocal going on. That's why I really digged it, and that's why it's adjacent to Metallica. I forget the woman's name, so I'm just going to quickly look that up. It is Alexandra Capitanescu. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Her song Choke Me came third at Eurovision, second in the televote. So that's pretty good. For a metal adjacent song, like, I mean, obviously only one metal song has ever won Eurovision. Rock acts have obviously won it as well, which is great. But this was very, like, somewhere between, like, Nightwish and Nine Inch Nails and Lacuna Coil. It was in that niche right there, and it just I'm keeping it. We're keeping that.
You got my niche.
Yeah. It's right in that little niche that really spoke to me. Like, oh wow, we are actually getting like slightly more complex metal sounds at Eurovision now, but it's still comfortably quite camp, even though it's very doomy at the same time.
An evolved baby lasagna.
It kind of is. I did think his entry was good. He's releasing a full-on metal album this year, so I'm looking forward to that. But yes, the Romanian entry, Alexandra Capitanescu's Choke Me, do go listen to that if you didn't watch Eurovision already, because you might find some things you may like if you like metal music. Okay then, here we are. Nice and early, I think, for this week. Mainly because it's just not a complicated thing. Shit's good. What are you going to do? But if you have an album that could join Metallica on the Unskippable Wall of Fame here at Skipped, you can send your suggestions to us at skippod@gmail.com. That's skipod@gmail.com. You could also go via the Linktree, linktr.ee/skipdpod, and you can fill in the form to suggest your album. You can also use the Linktree to go and find us on all your favourite streaming platforms, as well as follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky if you're so inclined. We've got 4 more in the chamber. We've got 4 albums teed up, ready to be listened to. And I think after those 4, it's not many more weeks until we hit the 1-year anniversary of Skipped, and we are starting to form the idea of what that show is going to be. I'm very excited for something a little different to celebrate our 1 year. So a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks, and we hope to catch you here next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.